What's going on YouTube? Today's video we have the 1 month review of the Tribit Stormbox Blast 2. Now this just came out about over a month ago and we're going to give you my overall thoughts and opinions. I've been using this pretty much daily on various scenarios with a projector around the house. It had in 3D mode, in regular mode, different EQ settings. We're going to go over through battery life, price, performance, as well as connection within the speaker. First, let's start off with the unboxing experience. So we didn't actually unbox it on camera and we basically destroyed the box, but we're gonna go over the specs on it. It comes with the same exact charger as it does before on the previous unit. There's still no strap when it comes to the speaker, so carrying it, it's around 15 to 20 pounds, maybe more. It's a little bit on the heavier side for the speaker itself. This says Bluetooth version 5.4, IP67 waterproof. So it's good for if you leave it outside or if you party outside, absolutely anything. This speaker will be perfectly fine within those conditions. Custom EQ settings with a 9-band equalizer. 30 hours of runtime on the speaker itself, and I do find that to be true because this thing takes forever to die, which I really appreciate. It actually only died once within my entire month of continuously using it. I only had to charge it once because it was already dying, and then I had to use it again, but crazy. So basically all month battery when it comes to this, and I have been using it above 50% with extra bass, my own EQ setting, all the lights on, and like I said, above 50% volume. Now let's break it down the wattage. So they do have two tweeters at 15 watts each, and they have two 45-watt mid-range drivers as well as a 80-watt subwoofer. If you plug this in, it's 200 watts of power and it equals to all of that. If you have it just off battery power, it's 180 watts, so it's only a 20-watt difference without. If you guys want a comparison between this speaker and the other speaker, I will do one eventually, as well as this speaker versus the Soundcore Boom 2 Plus. If you have seen that video, long story short, this one beats both of them. But if you want to see the breakdown on it, then watch the video. All right, so we're going to look over the device itself. So the overview on it, still, it looks really good. Obviously, you do have more lighting, better lighting that's customizable, which is a huge game changer. You can actually customize 3 different LEDs here. So you have these 2 lights right here that can be customized, the big center piece, as well as these LED light bars on the side as well. You could change the color, the static, the mode on each of them, 3 individually versions. So that's really cool. If you want to get more customized, you can make it beat to the treble, beat to the bass, beat to treble and bass, or completely static. It's fully customizable, which I really enjoy. And then you have that metal grill, as well as the Tribit logo there. On the side, you do have your passive radiators. So they're about 2.5 inch by 2.5 inch, or maybe even bigger than that. Maybe it's like a 4 inch by 4 inch. On the back, you do have a similar style. So you got that grill look design. And then if you open up the enclosure, you do have an option for karaoke, which you can plug into 2 different microphones, adjust the volume, as well as add in some reverb if you want reverb. The microphone thread is a 6.35 millimeters. So in case you want to make sure your microphone does work, they are not included within this unit. You have the AC power on the left hand side, as well as your aux underneath the reverb, a input for USB-C. If you want to charge it through USB-C, you could do that, or you can use it as a power bank option as well. It also has a 5-volt 2-amp USB-A port for charging, various devices as well. So that enclosure does help with like dust, debris, water, and all that. So that's why it's very thick, as well as very hard to take in and out. On the top of the device, you do have 8 buttons total. You have an indicator status on the left-hand side, 4 bars in 25% increments. Still, no company I've seen has done an LED display on the speaker. If someone could do that, like just add an LED display on a speaker that shows battery percentage, Bluetooth connection, everything. Like, it would be really cool if you could see that. You have the power on, Bluetooth sync, as well as your volume down, play, pause, volume up, your LED button, your bass button or your EQ button, as well as a stereo button, I believe. So you can easily TWS between 2 different versions of this and sync them up together, which is pretty cool. So if you press that, it just goes into that mode as you can see there. So in terms of volume, it gets very, very loud for especially the size. The size is crazy. This has a 40 hertz deep bass, which is similar to a lot more other speakers as well. Now, the thing is, you don't have to crank it up a lot just to hear or feel the bass, which I love. I know a bunch of other bigger speakers that I've tried out do a bad job on that, especially since you can't customize EQ on some of the bigger speakers on some models. This one, you can. So it's in par with a JBL type of bass, in my opinion. Probably not as clean as JBL. I know JBL does a really clean bass. You guys probably know that. And we'll probably compare that to this one because honestly, the other two, just if this one blows it out of the water, no doubt. This also does have a 3D sound effect. Now, it is nice in theory, it does work, but however, it does sound weird. It sounds like you're under a tunnel or by a very echoey room. It just sounds really weird. It messes with the vocals. You don't have as much bass. Yeah, sure, room fills the entire room with a lot of the sound. It doesn't have top firing. It doesn't have backfiring speakers. It doesn't have 360-degree sound. So splitting it from a front facing to try to emulate that is not going to sound really good, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and go within the app features on the speaker itself. So let's go ahead and turn this on here. It's easy to add the device. You just press the plus. It should automatically connect once you have it paired through Bluetooth. Then you go here, the battery percentage, volume. You have your lighting mode control. So right now I have it on mode 3. If we go ahead and go to mode 1, we have a different setting there, and then mode 2 we have another different setting there. So the light bars are set to freeze, so they're going to be completely static, and it shows you here on the top diagram. The middle light has a customized full % brightness and it's rhythm to the bass, but you can change it to treble, bass and treble, or just completely frozen. And then these side lights, which are customized to treble. You can press the customize button to change the color and then press finish once you have that color you want. Let's go to equalizer. You do have bass off, X bass off. In my opinion, it sounds okay, not the full potential. I really recommend to just customize EQ. You have blast traditional, the 3D sound, audiobook, rock, and jazz. So a total of 7. Right here we have my equalizer band. There's a total of 10 equalizer bands within here. So you have all the way from 50 to 13,000 kilohertz on this control. This is what I use. Sometimes if you want to increase the bass, you can go all the way up to 8, or you can go 0 or lose a little bit of bass depending on, you know, the mood you want to set it to. Let's go to settings here. So we do have firmware version. This is what we're at right now. I did update this recently. So right now it is on the updated version. You can change the device name, countdown to shutdowns. You have an EQ button. Whenever this button right here is illuminated, it can be one EQ setting. Whenever it's off, it could be a different EQ setting. By default, it is on X bass off, X bass on, for light off, light on, but you can change it to whatever you want. So light off, I have it set to the 3D mode, and then white light is on my custom EQ. Voice prompt, you do have these little checks that you can go ahead and equip here, but everything else I just pretty much turned off. You have an auto shutdown, so basically whenever it's not being operated within 5 minutes, no music playing, no audio, no media, whatever, it will automatically turn off, which is pretty cool. So you can upgrade the firmware here as well, which right now we're in the latest version. Factory reset, delete the device, or shut down. So it's a very simple app. It gets everything done. They definitely did some improvements. Now let's go ahead and jump into the sound test.
And you try moving far, I try moving on. I can't let you forget me. She said, stop it. You always let me down when I want you. I can't help it, but I can't let you forget me.
If you guys made it this far, I really appreciate if you dropped a like on the video. Videos like this take a lot of time, money, and effort in order to do, and I really appreciate if you dropped a like. You don't even have to subscribe. Let's jump back into the video. Where do I even begin? The Tribit Stormbox Blast 2, such a huge improvement from the previous unit that they had released. That unit has been out for well over 2 years. I just reviewed it on my channel a couple months ago. I'm just shocked that they're able to improve it even further. They listened to the community, they made sure they added better bass, they improved the design and improved the LEDs. I did notice this because I tried it in a house that was kind of empty. It was a lot bigger house. And you couldn't really feel the bass as much. It got really loud for sure, but you couldn't feel the bass as much as opposed to what right now. And of course I'm just close to it, but even away from the thing, I was able to hear, feel, and kind of see the bass in action. Just an amazing speaker. I have no complaints when it comes to it. Of course, still add a strap, improve the 3D sound, maybe just make a 3D sound speaker. I know Tribit listens to my videos because they contacted me about the open ear headphones. If you haven't seen those video, then you should go watch it after this because I really do like Tribit's products. Battery life was good. Bluetooth range was really good. If you're ever in the rain, you'll be set on this. You can play this in the rain because it has a waterproof rating. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next speaker video. Soundcore, send me a speaker.